Ready for this?
It's girls' night in.
Tips for your next get-together.
Every girls' night needs a good cocktail.
So grab a drink. We've got a killer nacho hack.
Give me room, girls. This is genius.
And
Let's make some barbecue pulled chicken sliders.
I got crunch, I got flavor.
plus, Chef Anne Burrell stops by to stir the pot, literally.
I'm dishing out a killer mac and cheese with bacon.
That's next.
Welcome to The Good Dish, where we are celebrating Girls' Night In today. We all need more of these in our lives, I think. Am I right? Every girls' night should involve good food, good friends, a lot of good laughs, some good story swapping. So grab a drink, come join Girls' Night, because it's time to dish. Let's dish. The kitchen has always been the center of my world because life is more delicious when it's full of food and fun.
Everybody knows me as a culinary expert and food judge on television, but also I'm a mom trying to get dinner on the table.
From Hollywood to home, I bring Southern sweet and Caribbean heat. And I'm not afraid to stir the pot.
Good food, good friends, good dish.
Oh, yes. It's girls' night in, all right? And I love it, okay? Because it's a chance to blow off some steam, indulge, and make memories. Oh, and I got to tell y'all a story about an epic girls' night that I had recently.
All
It was
ears.
my birthday.
Tuning in.
All right, it was literally a free-for-all. Let me dish the details, right? So we went out to this restaurant, and I think I told the server, I was like, oh, it's my birthday. So we got like free apps, right?
Nice.
Then we went to the bar, and I said, it's my birthday, just saying it random. Then we got free drinks. Then it turned into a game. I was like, let's see how much free stuff we can get. We got in the club for free. We got free ride share. So it was epic night. And the moral of the story is, if it's your birthday, tell any and everybody you are bound to get something for free. I guarantee it, you'll get something free. So
I love it.
Yes, we had a great
Good
night.
for you.
I'm coming along next time. Yes. Well, every girls' night needs a good cocktail, and I'm serious. We've been drinking winter sangria, and here's how you make it, because it is the easiest thing, and I drink it all winter long. It's a great thing to batch when your girlfriends are coming over. So in a pitcher, I've combined red wine, orange juice, pomegranate juice, brandy, and I've put it in this big pitcher, stirred it up, and then I've added fruit. I have apples, I have blood oranges in here, and I'm going to chill it for at least an hour before I serve it. Right before I serve it, I take it out of the fridge, and I'm just gonna top it with a little club soda. Give it a little sparkle. That's it. The key to making a good sangria is to allow enough time for the fruit and the flavor to marinate together. So my tip whenever you're making sangria is leave it in the fridge for at least an hour or two, if not overnight even, before you add your club soda, of course, because the bubbles will all die if you add it too early. And that is the way to make a great drink.
Well, cheers to this
Girls.
delicious drink. I have to ask you a question. In Spain, I feel like I remember drinking sangria where instead of seltzer, they topped it with
Fanta.
Coke or Fanta. Yeah.
Oh, I know all about this. I lived in Spain for a year
Okay,
of
what's
my
the
life
deal with this?
in college when we could not afford, by the way, fancy red wine.
Right.
And it's called Tinto de Verano, which means like kind of red wine of summer, but it is the like cheap, easy, fast, drink it everywhere on the street, perfect drink. If you have wine that may not be perfect to drink on its own, you add a little orange Fanta, orange sparkling soda or lemon soda to it, and it is like instant sangria.
I know. Well, I was there with some girlfriends, and we had a really fun girls' night on
yeah.
that. So
I had many
recommend.
nights on the streets of Spain as a young person drinking.
Well, at least you remembered it. That's the good thing, right?
Fair. It's fair.
And I like this version. I mean, by the end of the show, I'm going to be nice and giggly. So thank you, Gail.
And not too sweet, delicious.
My pleasure, my
This
friends.
is a good one. All right, so now girls' night in, you wanna indulge, right?
I see queso and I see nachos. What's happening here?
I'm getting Daphne excited already because you just want to let go and just let loose, have fun. So this is a great nacho hack, and it will give you every good thing you need in that one bite. Because you know how sometimes you just get chip, you just get cheese, everything comes together, right? So we have the basic elements, and you can make all of this at home very easy. I have the queso here, got some chilies in there, some melted cheese, American cheese going in there. And then I also have some ground chicken with just the regular taco spices, some cumin, chili powder, nice and spicy there, okay? And then tortilla chips. This is a layering act. So you get a big bowl or big pot. So you go in first with your queso. Okay. So pour that in on the bottom.
I'm intrigued by the pot.
Yes, so you go about halfway in, and then you'll go with your ground chicken. You can do ground turkey, ground beef. All right, spread that around on the bottom as well. Now you put some chips on top.
Okay,
Help
I
me
got
layer in.
This is wild. Okay.
Yes. Layer the chips on. Then you come back again with queso.
I think I know what's about to happen. I just put this all together and I'm like
if
mind
you've
blown.
seen this on the internet, you know what I'm about to do. All right, so we top our meat in. All right, chips one last time.
Guys.
Okay, and make sure you spread it out evenly because
Yes, yes.
we're about to blow
Can
your
I
mind.
just tell
Okay?
you, in movies, girls' night are like, you're hanging in your lingerie. You're like sitting in public.
No.
Okay.
Ours is you dump the nachos and the queso and the sausage in
This
the
is
pot.
how you do it. So you
Wait, you're blowing my mind. Okay.
get a platter. You need a big platter for this. All right, give me room, girls.
Oh my-
Because I'm gonna take a
she goes.
step back because you're gonna flip
Oh, God.
slowly.
This is genius.
Okay, and you pray that it all came out in one. Let's lift her off.
Oh, it's gonna
Come
be
on.
pretty
Give it a little
perfect.
shake. Give it a little shake. Come on, she's got it.
Stop
And voila! Every single chip is covered with the queso, covered with the meat, and you garnish with a cilantro.
Oh, of course you do.
Wow.
All right,
Wow.
now,
wow.
all the girls come to the party with this, do they not?
I mean,
This is how you do it.
That's why our girls' nights are the best girls'
I
nights,
would agree.
Jamaica.
Epic. And
want one of
we
those?
didn't even,
No, I'm
we
just
didn't even
kidding.
have to ask for anything free. See,
I can't
you better
even.
back up on this,
I am.
please.
I'm
back
I'm
it
using
up.
this to save my dignity.
can I tell you, there is nothing queso
Wow.
can't cure.
Nothing.
And I love the taco seasoning on the meat. Nice and like a little heat, but not too spicy. And thoughts? Delicious, delightful. No one's talking.
I can't even talk
I'm
right
so
now.
happy right now. What are you talking about?
It's so creamy, and the chips still have that crunch. The queso doesn't muddle everything down, but yeah.
Well, you got to eat kind of quick.
I was about to say,
We
you
have
need
no
a group
problem doing that.
to keep eating fast, so yeah, the chip will maintain its crunch.
There's no time to waste, guys. We're going to get to work on these nachos. No girls' night, of course, is complete without a little girl talk. So I want to ask, who is your celebrity crush?
Oh.
And is there anyone on your freebie list, most importantly?
Freebie list. Uh-oh, is my husband watching?
I mean, I'll say, I mean, there's many celebrity crushes. Daniel Craig lives down the street from me.
No way.
And I
Whoa.
see him.
At the coffee shop?
No, I see him when I'm taking my kids to school in the morning. He often strolls past me with the stroller, having just taken his to school. But my real crush is David Beckham. Like, just, I can't, it's like, it's low-hanging fruit. You know what I mean?
Athletes, excellent actors. I see how this goes. Okay.
I will take that. Now, I love a man that can make me laugh.
Yes.
My crush is Trevor Noah. And let me tell you, I met him before, but I had no idea who he was. It was like when he was just starting out in his career, he did a cooking competition show. He was a judge, and I was a judge alongside him. So we're sitting there, had no idea, and he judged the food. We laughed. He was very gracious. I didn't take a picture with him. I didn't think. I just shook his hand and said, "Nice to meet you." Had no idea.
It was a dream.
Fast forward, a year or so later, I see him announced as the new host of The Daily Show. And I was like, wait, I was sitting next to that guy. I had no idea. So Trevor, if you're watching, I want to do it again. I'll feed you, we can talk, we can chat, and I know who you are. So, and he makes me laugh. Every time I watch
Very
him,
smart man.
Goes
lovely man.
But yeah, I missed that moment. I had no idea he was right
I
there.
love that. That's so fun. It's
idea.
even better because it was just like genuine fun connection. It wasn't, you know.
He was so sweet. It was just amazing.
All right.
We're going to do it
about
again.
you?
We're gonna
Guys,
do
we're
it
letting these nachos get cold. Don't do it. All right, coming up, we've got the
Fine.
No Fuss Girls Night meal that'll have all your friends coming back for seconds, thirds, fourths. We'll be right back.
Like something you saw on the show today? We're dishing all the details on the good list. All the recipes, important tips, and tricks, all in one place. So stay tuned until the end of the show when we'll share the good list QR code. You can scan to send it all right to your phone.
Welcome back to The Good Dish. It's girls' night, and it's nothing without some snacks and sips, right, ladies?
That's right.
But sometimes, okay, we do need some nourishment with an actual meal, and we have that girls' night dinner that will keep you out of the kitchen and give you more time with your friends because it's that easy. Daphne, Tell us what you're making, hon.
Guys, let's make some barbecue pulled chicken sliders, shall we?
Ow!
I am obsessed with this idea. I have to tell you, I loved any kind of pulled meat because it's just so easy. It's just like, it's flavor infused in every bite. It's easy to eat. It's fun. It's just celebratory food. And the best part is we're making it in a slow cooker so you can set it and forget it. Go off, enjoy your evening. It stays warm. Everyone can come and graze as they please, you know, as the drinks start flowing and everything else. So the thing that I do, because you want to make it, you know, fancy. You're cooking for people, right? Make your own barbecue sauce. And why? Because it's actually quite easy to do. It's really this is a very simple version that the only cooking involved is actually to saute some red onion and garlic. You could caramelize it if you wanted to, but remember, this is going to make a liquid that then ends up sitting and coating your delicious chicken for hours and hours. So it will continue to develop flavor. I'm adding our sauteed garlic and onion, which already smells so delicious, right into some ketchup. Guys, if you don't have ketchup, try my trick. Try some applesauce. It's kind of crazy, but it really does lend the same kind of body and sweetness, and it's delicious. My other secret hit right there is some sriracha for a nice little kick of heat. Some apple cider vinegar. You need that little bit of acid and tartness in with your barbecue sauce. Some chili powder. Some hot chili flake. You can leave that off if you and your friends don't like it. Or actually, that was paprika. But leave the chilies off if you don't like some heat. Some garlic powder, onion powder, and, because we need a little sweetness with our barbecue sauce, some brown sugar. And this is the move, guys, just to make sure that every little piece of that otherwise, you know, pretty light chicken, we're gonna do boneless, skinless thighs and breasts, has lots of flavor going on with it. This goes into my slow cooker. And one thing you want to keep in mind with a slow cooker is you only need to use about 1/3 of the liquid you normally would because there's not a lot of evaporation happening here. You don't want it to be overly soupy. You want it to hydrate and be delicious. So in a stovetop, you might use a bit more liquid. So we're going in with some skinless, boneless chicken thighs and breast. I like that mix of like the rich fatty meat. Look away from the camera while I add a little sangria over top. Oh, she did it, girls. She did it. She did it.
Bonus.
Bravo. All right, so then we'll give it a quick stir actually just to make sure everything gets nice and coated. Do not splatter on my shirt. I will be so mad.
You're very elegant. You're very graceful.
You know, trying with a white shirt in this kitchen with my barbecue pulled chicken. Delicious. Okay, give it a quick coat. That's all you need to do, guys. Set it and forget it. 6 to 8 hours on slow in the slow cooker. Then, after that time has elapsed and your chicken is just bathed in that delicious cooking liquid, go ahead and grab your forks and watch this pull apart. I mean, look at how just tender and juicy this meat has become. Are you kidding me? That barbecue sauce has just condensed down and is just nice and saucy here. But you can see how very little you needed to really just continually bathe your chicken in this mix. All right, so you just shred it right up. Then over here, you can see I put out like a fun little toppings bar. This is something that guests always enjoy. A place to customize, a way to make it their own and have fun and feel like they cook too. The world is your oyster when it comes to toppings, but honestly, I kind of like the classics in this case. A nice little, you can buy store-bought, I totally allow. Store-bought coleslaw, some pickles, some pickled red onions are nice. I love the thin slices of radishes and scallions. A little more hot sauce if you want it. Jamaica, you've been down here awfully quiet, my friend. What's going on?
I'm going to tell you, you messed up by leaving me alone with the toppings bar and these barbecue chicken sliders. Oh, yes. I've been dipping a little bit of some of everything. The sweetness and that spiciness from the sriracha and the ketchup and the brown sugar.
Yes.
That is everything with that balance. Yes, and then adding like the little things like the briny of pickle and the pickled onion. Like that gives me that bite that I need. And it's just like I got crunch, I got flavor, I got everything in this.
You got everything.
Wow. I really have everything in this. And I'm trying to wait for y'all to eat because I want to be polite because I want to know.
No, just eat. Keep
but
eating.
I'm already finishing this off. I'm going to be polite and I'm going back.
I also love this recipe because they're small, so you can have a few, or you can also make sure you leave a little room because I want to taste everything that I'm having on girls' night. Like I want.
Is there
room
for one?
Perhaps someone ordered.
Hello,
Come on in. Anne Burrell, everybody. Thank you. Oh, this is done. All right.
Girl,
And we're going to get you some sliders. We're going to get cooking with you when we come back.
all right,
Don't
fantastic.
go away. Stay tuned.
I mean, I want one of these.
Yeah, we're getting you sangria, of course.
Gotcha, girlfriend.
Awesome.
Oh, that was fun. I did.
Welcome back. Our Good Dish Girls Night continues, and one of our favorites has stopped by to join us in the fun. She's the star of Food Network's Worst Cooks in America. Welcome, Anne Burrell. We are so happy to have you.
Cheers. And nice to have you. I mean, nice to be here.
So good.
I mean, I will say, in these days of the pandemic and quarantine, it's nice to be able to like get together in person. It kind of feels like a luxury these days.
It does.
doesn't
You
it?
just
It's like-
appreciate your girls' nights more than ever.
Right?
And
it's
seeing
like, it
everyone's
feels-
whole face. It's no mask. I can see your beautiful face, Anne.
Right?
Yes.
But I mean, I have to wear like real pants then.
Although on the show you didn't really have to, but that's a whole other story. And you're still a newlywed.
I am. I have to say, I am loving a married wife. Oh, there's Stuart. Look how cute is he. Oh, that was just from the Rangers game the other night. I mean, Rangers are doing amazingly well this season. Let's go, Rangers. Yes, newlywed life is amazing. As we were just talking about, set up an apartment in Brooklyn, and it's my first time since I moved to New York living outside of Manhattan.
Yeah. How does that feel? And are you still getting some time between your newlywed life and your busy work life to have some girls' nights?
Well, you know, it's funny when you're married, you don't get to have as many girls' nights.
You're so cuddled up with that cute man of yours. That's
right?
why.
So I do occasionally push him outside the house and have the girls all come over, and we have some fun stuff going on. And one of my super fun recipes that I always like, a comforty sort of food, mac and cheese. Who does not love that? Because it also can be a make-ahead kind of thing, and then you just toss it in the oven, and it doesn't take you away from the girls.
Do you still do all the cooking in your house, or now that you're married, does Stuart cook as well?
Well, Stuart, this is kind of a funny thing. We're embarking on Stuart's culinary education together.
Oh, that's so exciting.
That's a fun show.
Right. You know, it's like we're taking it gently because, you know, I want to make it past the first year of marriage.
Would he qualify for like Worst Cooks in America? Like what level are we talking?
Right. He might not be far off of that.
Okay.
And when he's doing stuff and I'm like, all right, like this, and he's like, oh, that's just good enough. And I'm like, no, babe, that's not just good enough.
Not in my kitchen.
Not for you.
Right, exactly.
All right, you're making mac and cheese. What is the specific about this? Because I think you got some tricks over here.
I have some super secret flavor weapons that go on in my mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is also one of those things I don't think people really understand, that it's based in classical French cooking.
Yeah.
So when we talk about that, what that means is like when you make it from scratch, you have to make something called a roux to start, which is usually a roux is butter and flour equal parts by weight. But for this, I am using my super sneaky way of, instead of butter, I'm using bacon fat.
Oh.
So we take that bacon fat, I saute some onions in there, and then we add some flour to this. So it is a roux by definition, but it's sort of an amped up kind of roux. So very flavorful. Wow. We really want to cook that bacon fat and onions and flour together. And then once you've really got that going and you see it, like when you cook roux, you want it to kind of cook and sort of flow a little bit. They say you want it the consistency of wet sand. You know, like when you're walking on the beach and you can wiggle your foot right in there. So it takes a couple minutes to cook, and you just get that going. And then we're gonna add hot milk to this. So this is the base of our whole mac and cheese. So we put that in. I recommend when you are adding, you know, trying to get your roux and your milk and all of this. I mean, by the way, this is called, one of the French mother sauces called bechamel. But so I recommend when you're trying to get a roux and a milk combined, use a whisk and bust through it like asteroids. Otherwise, like, you don't want those like starchy flour globs in your mac and cheese. So we bring this to a boil, BTB, and reduce to a simmer, RTS.
B2B, RT, what?
BTB, RTS. Bring to boil, reduce to simmer.
Oh,
Hey.
okay, cute. I like this.
Look at that, right?
It's a little shorthand. I like
Right? That's like the chef Anne
I
language.
like it.
So definitely a good pinch of salt in there. And then, so you really need to bring anything that you've thickened with a roux or with flour to a boil. And then we get going with all the cheesy cheesy delightfulness.
What are you using?
So I have cheddar, I have Gruyere, and I have Parmigiano. So yes, I mean, you know, it always can depend on what sort of cheeses you like. Fontina is a great cheese for mac and cheese because it really has a great melting mouthfeel. Cheddar, to me, by itself as a melting cheese has a tendency to get a little bit oily. So I love the flavor, but it needs some help.
Also that classic color, you know.
Right, yes. So there we go, and a little salty, nutty Parmigiano. So we get all of this mixed in together.
You're not messing around.
No, not even a little bit. You know what they say, it's not easy being cheesy.
And what happens here?
Okay, so these are also my super secret flavor weapons. Some Dijon mustard, so that gives it a really spicy little zestiness. And, you know, because we are spicy girls, a little bit of hot sauce. Like a few shakes of that. You don't necessarily want to feel like super spicy, but you want that little,
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and a tang, like it gives a bit of acid.
Well, usually you're making mac and cheese for the kids to eat. Now this is grown-ups mac and cheese. We're
this
going
is-
spicy.
This is woman's mac and cheese,
Right.
not girls' mac and cheese.
Grown lady mac and cheese. All
Right.
right. So,
And then, sorry.
what you got?
Sorry.
Oh, we gotta
the
add
bacon.
Yeah. There we go.
And how about the nudes?
We're getting there.
The nudes come next.
All right.
Stick around for that.
Can't wait for those news.
All right. Okay, ladies, hold that sauce, because up next, we're going to put the finishing touches on this killer mac and cheese that I can't wait to taste. Wait, get out of the pot.
I gotta go.
That was a clip from Worst Cooks in America, and we're back with the co-host of the show, Anne Burrell. Woo! And the finale, the 23rd season finale is tonight. I can't believe it's been 23 seasons.
Out there.
Somehow
I'm like, nobody must watch the Food Network.
They keep finding you, you find them. But what sets this season apart from other seasons?
Well, this season we brought people on. There are a few sets of people who know each other. Clearly, our lovely drag queens know each other. They were really a lot of fun. Definitely a big fat girls' night. But so we had like a couple of married couples, and so sometimes they were on the same team, sometimes they weren't, but it added just another level of sort of almost intimacy or like hilarity.
Changes the dynamic.
Yes, when the married couples are competing against each other and you're like, ooh, okay, wow, they really are competitive.
Okay, let's get back to this mac and cheese because I'm getting very excited watching you whisk it together here. You had a point about pasta water. I know you take your pasta water very seriously. Tell us what's going on in here.
Absolutely. So when it comes to mac and cheese, people, they don't consider the pasta water. They don't consider it like it's a true dish of pasta, which it is. And whenever you're cooking pasta, your pasta water must be as salty as the ocean. And what that does is it seasons the entire dish.
Yes.
The entire dish will suffer if your pasta water is not salted adequately. So there we go, yep. So we have, and I like to use shells, these little sort of mini baby shells for my mac and cheese because they really, thank you, Gail. They really like get in there and they like it's like a little cup for the cheese.
Yes.
Right, so I like to cook this all together. Really get in there. Wow. Ladies, I have made some for you already.
Yeah, please don't get lost in the pot. Come on.
And are you a baker then of the mac and cheese, or you like to just leave it nice and saucy?
Well, it depends. If this particular mac and cheese, because it is so creamy and cheesy, can go either way. And if you decide to bake it, you can certainly, it stays nice and creamy.
Oh, yeah.
So, right, I really like it super cheesy, creamy,
Very
creamy mac
saucy.
and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Also, the mustard.
That's what I was going to
Oh,
say.
Dijon coming through loud and clear.
And then we give it a little bacon top. I save a little bacon for the top.
We are so glad
Yes.
you stopped by for
So
girls' night.
cheers to that. Thank you guys for inviting me to your girls' night out.
Yeah,
or
so
in.
good to have
I
you.
love it.
You bring killer mac and cheese, you can hang with us anytime, okay?
I've got a few other things I can make too.
Yeah, come on.
So,
All right.
for the next girls' night, keep me in mind.
Tell Stuart we're going to steal you away. All right, so catch the finale of Worst Cooks in America tonight on the Food Network. And up next, Daphne makes a gooey and delicious chocolate chip skillet cookie that you are not going to want to miss. It just keeps getting better.
That's girls' night for you right there.
nachos.
Very satisfying.
Lord.
Okay, all right. We're back with a good dish, and Daphne's about to show us her gooey and delicious cast iron skillet cookie. And the best part, it is gluten-free.
Well, the best part is that it's easy to make, and it is also gluten-free, delicious, so chocolatey, and perfect for girls' night. Here's how you're gonna make it. So take a bowl and combine your dry ingredients, which we are using sugar, almond flour, cocoa powder, and baking powder for. Now, the almond flour is actually just blanched almonds that you can pulverize in a food processor, so you can really use any nut you want. And it's not only gluten-free, but that almond flour also brings a lot of density to this dish, so it's nice and fudgy and delicious, especially if you undercook it a little bit. Add in your melted butter and vanilla and an egg that you're gonna whisk in. Then you scoop that yummy batter into a skillet, smooth the top out so it's nice and even and cooks evenly. And then we're gonna bake it at 350 for about 40 minutes. Undercook it a little if you like a fudgy or brownie, which I happen to do. And the best part is once it comes out looking so gorgeous like that, you can definitely make it a la mode. Scoop of vanilla ice cream on there or a scoop of freshly whipped cream. I like to under whip the cream a little bit. Like
I'm already ahead of you.
Go for it. I love this. And you know, we made personal sizes like the size of your head, but if you needed to, you could make smaller ones too, which is really nice. You know, it's a nice little way to, everybody has their own, everybody gets in there.
Okay.
Yes, go for the whipped cream. Now, obviously we have lots of different toppings out here. The sprinkles, chocolate candies. I love some flaked almonds on top, chocolate hazelnut spread. How about some fresh cherries? No one's going for the fruit.
I'll take fresh cherries.
Okay.
I actually think that feels really beautiful and sort of juicy and lovely.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call it that this girls' night is gonna end with us snoring covered in a pile of sprinkles.
It's fine.
Because we are going out after all
with
this
a bang.
sugar, and we're gonna have some sweet dreams.
Don't you remember when you were on like a sleepover as a kid and I'm actually kind of dreading this as a mom when my children decide that they can have like right now we do sleepovers with cousins and things, but it's different because you can still make them go to bed. When they're old enough to have friends over and then they're up all night till 3 in the morning. We never went to bed on sleepovers. And then you get home the next day and you're bleary-eyed and angry and like so miserable to be around.
You're kind of a mess. Or my move in sleepover parties with my girlfriends when I was little was that at 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep and everyone else passed out, and then I decided I didn't want to sleep there anymore, so I'd call my parents to come get me.
No.
And it was 3 o'clock in the morning.
You were that kid?
Oh my God, I was, and I regret it, Mom and Dad. I really
Karma.
do, and I don't want to be that
Karma's
kid's
coming
parents.
for you.
Yeah, my mother, she would have said, "You stay there. I'm not coming out of my bed at 3 in the morning."
That's right.
Guys, look at the fudgy note, just to point out.
Yes.
And one little tip, if you really love your friends, what you can do is stick a little chocolate truffle into the batter right before you bake, and then you get that like molten lava, chocolatey, melty bit in the middle. I do really love you, but I forgot about the truffles.
It's okay, because I love the little underdone bit in the middle. It's nice and chewy, very gooey. Thank you, Conley.
Chewy and gooey.
Jamaica, I know that your husband knows the way to your heart through cookies and milk. Can you tell us about this?
He thinks he does.
Oh.
Yes, because, no, it's really funny. When we were dating, thank you, we need a little milk. When we were dating, we had our first fight, and he baked me some I'm sorry cookies. And to know my husband, you gotta know, he doesn't even touch the stove. So the fact that he did it, it was like, okay, you're really trying. I'll forgive you. So yes, but now he always goes for that trick. So anytime I come home and I'm smelling cookies, I'm like, what did you do? What did you do today?
That's
The rest of us love that
forgiveness,
smell.
not permission.
Yeah,
Jamaica
I'm like,
knows. What's up?
Yeah, so I'm
Were they
falling
any
for
good?
Oh yes, I mean, it was store-bought cookies, and he just put but to put it on the tray to preheat the oven, that was a task in itself for this man. So, but I'm hip to the trick now. Honey. No more I'm sorry
Although I'll
cookies.
still take it. I mean, it's the thought that counts.
The cookie,
You
obviously.
can make me cookies anytime.
All righty. Yes,
Coming up,
so
we're
good.
taking a peek inside the best celebrity fridges and showing you how to make yours look just as organized.
Jillian Michaels here. I'm going to take you and your audience inside my fridge over there.
Since I spend most of my living, breathing hours here on the set, these refrigerators have become my refrigerators.
All the lemons and limes and oranges were just picked yesterday.
This is a sweet potato soup that I made myself. Super, super yummy.
We have a candy jar, and 9 times out of 10, you can catch me with my hand in the candy jar.
Sometimes I just have an organic cheese stick and an apple.
So that's it, not much, right? But I like to cook so much and I like it to be fresh. That's the way I live, that's the way I eat.
Guys, Martha Stewart's refrigerator is my actual dream.
Yes.
like the idea of having a complete fridge in color-coded, pre-made soups and sauces harvested from my garden, like the whole thing, I'm in awe. There is something about getting a peek inside celebrities' fridges and kitchens that I stand by this. I don't care what's in your medicine cabinet. I don't care what's in your closet. Show me what's in your fridge. It tells me everything I need to know about a person. And honestly, it's just like, it's the most fun thing. Because they're weird little things that the condiments, the weird things you have in your fridge, it tells us everything. So we're taking a look inside some of the most epic celebrity fridges. And we're gonna talk about why we're so obsessed with peering into their private ice boxes.
Well, we got to check this one out because Kim Kardashian, your refrigerator.
Here's my question though. Like, I'm sure, once in a blue moon, we could make our refrigerators look nice and organized and stuff. But like with children, it's gone. That organization is gone in 5 minutes, gone. They go for one snack and suddenly there's cheese sticks up here and there's apples here and it's just like, it's chaos. They're like little bombs.
Okay, this is Kim Kardashian.
She's got 4.
You think that's the only fridge? That's the fridge she's showing you. The kids' fridge is what's the mess.
The kids have their own fridge.
I guarantee, have you seen pictures of that house? She's got that fridge. Everyone probably has their own fridge
She
in
also
that
probably
house.
has a bouncer in front of the door of that fridge, right? Like
with the VIP list.
Yes, their kids aren't on the list, so they don't get into the fridge.
Oh.
Yes, and Kim has
These
a
are things
beautiful
I hadn't
fridge.
thought about. Okay, now
There you
it's all
go.
making sense. Okay.
All right, so now check this one out. Oprah is known for her larger-than-life garden. Oh, wow, and look how organized she keeps the fruits of her labor. Lady O, wow, look at all of that. Labeled and everything.
Do you really think that these fridges are as perfect as that all the time? Because I don't know about you guys,
Some
but
people potentially, yes.
I don't know. I run out of the glass containers. Like, no matter how often I buy them and stock up, they disappear.
I don't have a
and
they're like socks. Like, how is one lid always missing? Who walked off with the lid?
Or with the actual container. Like, it's not leaving the kitchen, so where is it going?
I also feel like maybe the impulse to keep everything organized and keep everything in its place and stay stocked and fresh and everything is better when it is all clear glass like this, because you can actually see when things are going bad.
For sure.
Like maybe that's part of my issue is everything's so chaos and crowded and I can't see what's going on in the fridge that's why I can't manage this in my
Oprah
life.
has the right idea, and I bet you Stedman knows don't touch her
Stedman
containers,
knows.
okay?
That's right. That's right.
All right, the next one is my favorite because Aisha Curry, she's that squirt of mustard that you keep going
It's
and
not wanting.
it's not coming out.
But why is it that ketchup's always like 7/8 done? Like always, no matter when you buy it, how much you buy. Yes.
Ketchup is its own food group in my family, I have to say. My children, my husband, everybody loves I like ketchup. I just, ketchup sandwiches, like that's a thing
Right.
for them. So I love looking at celebrity fridges as much as the next food obsessed lady. But now that they've showed us theirs, I think it's only fair that we show them ours. So this is mine. I'll go first.
Okay, let me dig into this.
That looks beautiful.
There's a lot of food in there.
So when we got this house, like the first thing I clocked was the fact that this refrigerator was meant for like a family of
6.
3, maybe 4.
Oh, it's funny. It looks so big. To
I
me.
ram that thing so full. Like it is
bursting.
It is a straight up miracle. It doesn't just fall on me every time I open the fridge. And it's like a double door open, like the whole thing. But I have to say, I feel like I got much better at shopping more frequently. This is something I learned way back in the day, that chefs shop all the time because it does keep you inspired. It does keep you using fresh ingredients. You don't wastefully forget food that you bought in the back of your fridge so much. And then I got really busy. I got a lot of kids.
A lot.
Got a lot of kids.
But also the last 2 years, that's a lesson that we've all been trying to do is shop less, like go out into busy places less. So for me, I'm trying to be really conscious of keeping track of buying more than I need to last one day, even though it's against what I want to do, right?
Do you shop with a list? Are you like a regimented list maker when you go to the grocery store?
I would say it's a list of needs and then everything else. Just, it's not, I don't stick to the list. I get the list
Try to
plus
stay
plus.
focused. You focus, and then it's like, ooh, chips are on sale. And then it's like, how'd that happen? I
All
don't
right,
know.
Jamaica, show me your fridge. What's in there?
All right, I laughed at you. Okay, you can tell I got little babies. So there's baby formula, there's yogurt, there's a bottle of wine in the back.
All very balanced so far. What's on the bottom over there?
It looks like takeout containers, but that's actually food that I cooked. But my slight obsession is with to-go containers. Like I order
you
from
hoard them?
I order from certain places because they have really good takeout
What's the
containers.
good one? What's the one that you want?
Oh, the ones that are durable, you can wash them and keep them, and they keep their shape. Like it's a lot going on in there. I'm gonna clean that thing out when I get home.
Busy, you're a busy woman.
We're gonna work on that. A little
All right,
embarrassing
Gail,
right
20
there.
resolution.
And you're up. Batter. What are you
Okay,
hiding
here
in
is
that
my fridge.
Come on.
I mean, I don't know. There it is. That's my fridge.
This
It's
looks
the
organized.
truth.
Very
And this was
much
not
so.
taken on a day when I had any time to organize it. My husband's probably horrified because he would have liked me to have organized it a little more. You have like the kids' lunches because it was the end of the day and I just made their lunches and put them in there. And then there's just like all the other things, lots of condiments on the top and on the side.
See, I'm like resisting the urge with both of you to just like run up to the screen and really like dive deep on what is inside these
you wanna
fridges.
see?
I am. I'm so nosy. I want to see it all. All right, good. Well, if you're looking to bring a little more organization to your fridge, like the stars have done, I really love this cool tip. Using a Lazy Susan for your, I'm a big condiment person. I find that it just makes like delicious, really hyper flavorful, low effort meals come together really quickly. So we have lots of them and some that you use like once a month, it feels like. This is awesome. You'll never lose sight of your condiments. You can keep them organized. You don't get things stuck at the back of the fridge that you completely forget about until you smell them. Right. Awful. That's when you know it's over. But this is so like hello. And also, how fun is this to put this on the layer that, you know, you can also change the layers, but I like this in sort of the middle layer. So I leave room on top for my taller bottles. I put this in the middle layer and then I always have access to the condiments I need, or I can play
And it's fun.
blackjack.
I mean, that's a nice game.
Roulette,
It's like
roulette.
spinning.
Yeah, you get Thai chili sauce. Enjoy.
There you go.
Exactly right.
I like that little tip. Thank you, Daphne. All right, so you guys make sure you stay tuned for the good list that has everything you need for dinner tonight. Dinner again. Oh my God.
We are back enjoying this killer mac and cheese made by Anne Burrell herself. Obviously, the bacon two ways is delicious. And mac and cheese, I feel like, is a staple in everyone's home. It also, I love that she was sort of clarifying how it has those traditional French cooking elements, the bechamel, et cetera, the roux that she showed us how to make with the untraditional bacon fat. But I feel like, and once you see it made, you see how easy it is to make from scratch. But a lot of people are making stuff out of the box. And is there a way that you guys love to doctor that up when you make it, when you don't take all the loving steps that Anne did to make it this way?
You know what I do? Because when you make it from the box, you don't get the cheese pull out of it. You just get the creaminess. So I will definitely add extra cheese and then add like spices. So do a little garlic powder, a little paprika, cayenne, or chipotle, kind of stir that in and give it a little bit of a kick.
Oh, the
you know?
chipotle is a great idea to blend that into the cream sauce.
Yes. And the extra cheese.
The
oh my.
Dijon in here is what I'm like. That is such a radical change from just like cheesy, delicious, you know, pasta, which we love. But the Dijon just kicks it up a notch.
It does. It subtly just kind of floats on your palate, like, I like that.
Tang.
There you go.
Guys, I like girls' night. I do. I really like it.
Do you have a tip for your box mac and cheese if you make it at home?
It's not as fun as Jamaica's, but it is a way to get a little health component in. Especially if you're like a multiple times a week mac and cheese eater. I do love to put pureed butternut squash right into the cheese sauce. It obviously makes the color really lovely. It adds a little sweetness to it. I roast the butternut squash so it's not watery. You want to roast these cubes off and then puree them, and then it just adds like a nice creamy bulking sweetness to the sauce. And you can do that with a lot of vegetables. You know, pretty much whatever you have lying around, you can blitz it up and put it in. I love the chipotle and adobo combo, though. I think that's so strong.
Delicious.
How about you, Gail?
have that one.
Anything
I'll
good?
give it to
I mean, even when I was little, I loved the combination of broccoli and cheese. Like that was a way that my mom could always get me to eat broccoli. So she would even put broccoli in with my mac and cheese, and I would eat it, and I'll still eat it. I have no problem with that anytime. And extra cheese for sure.
Oh yeah,
Always.
need that cheese bowl.
Well, it's time for the good list. See that QR code on your screen, open up your camera app, and hold your phone up to the TV. It'll take you right to the recipes and everything you've seen from today's show. You can also head to gooddishtv.com to get it all, including the answer to our big question every day: what is for dinner tonight? We made the perfect food for any night but a girls' night in especially. Slow cooker pulled barbecue chicken sliders. They were delicious and topped with all the things we love. They are perfect for entertaining because they stay warm in the slow cooker and you can eat them at your leisure all night long. Also, they're portable, so they're the perfect party food.
All right, ladies, we had an epic girls'
We
night.
sure did.
Yeah, we did.
I'm
All
going
right.
to sleep.
And we're out. We hope the rest of your day is filled with good friends, good laughs, and good dish. We'll see you next time. We're going to sleep.